The train, for its type, is the most powerful vehicle on land. And the engines of Sodor are the power behind the docks, industries and branchlines that make up the world-renowned Northwestern Railway. These are the stories of Sodor. My career first began in 1891 as a passenger engine for the Furness Railway. For many years I performed this duty well, delivering commuters and holiday makers about my small line, until 1907 when I was purchased by the newly formed Elsbridge and Knapford Railway on the island of Sodor to be its primary passenger engine. This was where I met Thomas and Toby for the first time, and we three hit it off immediately. After I was repainted and numbered, I set to work alongside my new friends. We were a grand team that worked hard to keep our passengers happy. For any wise engine knows, a railway's public image depends on how well it runs these services. More often than not, we had to push ourselves hard to meet our timetables, as passengers are not shy about voicing their grievances. When our line was taken over by the LNER in 1922, Mr. Starr informed us we would be running express services between Knapford and the mainland, and that the engine who would pull these trains was named Gordon. At first, we were apprehensive when we heard this, for express engines have an unflattering reputation for being boastful, arrogant and prideful. But to the credit of our number 4, the day he arrived he was most courteous and eager to get to work, and my word, did he make an impression on the passengers, quickly garnering a reputation for his unwavering reliability, receiving heavy praise for it. I'm sorry to say this went to his smoke box and he became just another arrogant express engine, one who also had a rival. This nemesis was Reginald, the Middy's express engine. The pair were constantly vying for supremacy of Sodor's express services, delighting in the slightest setback as suffered by the other. It was early one morning in the autumn of 1936 when Percy was incapacitated by a severe case of boiler ache. This was a very serious problem, as he was the only shunter at Knapford at the time. None of us were available to shunt the coaches for the first passenger runs, as we were either taking on coal or tending to other trains. Mr. Starr was forced to telephone Lower Knapford, where Thomas would be. Our number 1 was quickly fired up and sped to Knapford, where he hurried to make ready the coaches. In all honesty, I think that morning was the best performance he had ever given. Looks like we have a beautiful day ahead of us. Prime weather for the people of Sodor to see me in all my... Wait, what's this? An empty platform? What's the meaning of this? I swear Percy has overslept again. Steady on there, Gordon. Didn't you say he wasn't feeling well last night? Balderdash! I always pull the express, irregardless of the weather or my health. I'm sure Mr. Starr has made arrangements to fix this. Ah, see? Look over there. No wonder there's a delay. I say, Thomas, you are aware of how this arrangement is supposed to work, aren't you? How it's customary for the coaches to be at the platform before the engine arrives? Get off my buffers, Gordon. I was asleep at Lower Knapford when I got the call. The passengers won't care for your excuses, Thomas. Neither will I. There was nothing stopping you from shunting your own coaches. Me? Shunt? How can you be so vulgar? Look, just get on over to the platform. I'll be right there. Fine. Me shunting coaches. Impudent wretch. Oh, for goodness sake. Shake a wheel, Thomas. The passengers are becoming irate. Me too, you galloping blue sausage. What was that? Nothing. If you can't say it to my face, Thomas, don't say it at all. You know he's doing you a favour, right? Hardly. It's his job to shunt coaches. I mean Mr. Starr. How so? He actually called Thomas in, when he could have just as easily told you to fetch your own coaches, and if he had, I would have told him exactly what he could do with that order. Oh, would you now? Yes, I most certainly would. Star may be our director, but it's important he knows an engine of my stature does not shunt. I hope I'm around if you're ever able to tell that to his face. Yes, so do I. Finally. Why did I think he was going to say thank you? Wishful thinking? A fool's wish. Don't talk like that, Thomas. You did an outstanding job like always. I'll make sure Mr. Starr hears about this. As much as I hate to say it, as he had set out late, Gordon needed to double time it if he was to reach his destination, Barrow Finesse on the mainland. He had never been late before and was determined that this day would not be the first time. Our number 4 rocketed down the tracks. Of course, it wasn't just for his worth or that of his timetables that he was travelling at top speed. Just past Wellsworth is the Preston Incline. Every engine who wishes to climb this steep gradient knows to approach it at maximum speed or risk getting stranded upon its slope. Ready for the incline, Gordon? Always, Anthony. Haha! I could do that going backwards! Ah, Gordon, there you are. I was about to dispatch a search party. Search party? Why? Do you mean I'm late? By a whole 2 minutes, dear brother. That confounded tank engine! What tank engine? The cheeky scoundrel who shunted my coaches. Not only was he not at the station, as is his place, he proceeded to dawdle and then insult me. What did the wretch say? I didn't hear. And did you think he had the nerve to say it so that I could? Pah! Of course not. To the last, shunters are impertinent scoundrels. Still, we need them. We can't lower ourselves by fetching our own coaches, now can we? Certainly not. My, what have we here? Oh, bother. So it's finally happened. The Nor'easter's prize engine arrives late at the platform. What a shame. Never mind, Gordon. It happens to the best of us. And causing accidents? Does that happen to the best of us as well? It wasn't an accident. I derailed. Simple as that. So simple it made the papers. Alfred, how did that headline in the Times read? Incompetent engine causes delays. Yes, that's it. I must confess I am envious, though. In all my years, I have never graced the pages of the London Times. I only hope my first time will be just as rewarding, as you are clearly reaping the benefits of such fame. What do you mean by that? Why else would an express engine be forced to fetch his own coaches? I always do. You mean you don't? Did you hear that, Alfred? He says he always fetches his own coaches. I know. What kind of an express engine are you? One who knows the value of hard work. And if shunting my own coaches means I never become a snobbish nor'easter, I will continue to do so until the end of my days. Now, if you'll excuse... Ouch! Oh, blast! My safety valve has burst. Well, that's done it, Reggie. You won't be going anywhere else today. Ladies and gentlemen, could I have your attention, please? In light of this unfortunate occurrence, the LNER is more than willing to offer transportation to those wishing to come to the island of Sodor. Never mind, Reginald. I'm sure this happens to the best of us as well. Well, I'd best be on my way. It's time your passengers were treated to a robust and reliable engine like myself. You'll get yours, Gordon! I say, Gordon, well done. Thank you, Alfred. Give my regards to our brothers and sisters in London. I certainly shall. I was right. Today is indeed a beautiful day. Good afternoon, Toby. Gorgeous day we're having, isn't it? My, aren't we, Chipper? What's brightening your day so much? Oh, a great many things, the most satisfying of which was Reginald breaking down at Barrow, and following up close behind was that I was able to deliver his passengers to Knapford, thus bolstering our image and our takings for the day. Really? Well done. Thank you. Now, what would have made it perfect was if Thomas hadn't. Oh, no, you don't. I beg your pardon, Toby. Edward told me what you said this morning at the station. I won't stand here and listen to you insult him again. Toby, Thomas dawdled and I set out late. That's a fact, not an insult. And it seems your late departure was to our benefit, wouldn't you say? You can't use blind luck to justify tardiness. No, but I can. Ah, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, Gordon. Toby, afternoon, sir. I've just come from the station where the passengers are singing your praises, Gordon. Thank you, sir. Anything for the L&ER. I'm glad you're so agreeable, Gordon, especially since you'll have to shunt your own coaches tomorrow. Excuse me, sir. Percy is at the works, but it's unlikely he'll be repaired before then. And before you ask, Thomas is needed elsewhere. Besides, I've noticed you've been a little too puffed up in the smoke box lately, and some simple work will do you good. I trust that won't be a problem? No, sir. Good to hear. Well done, Gordon. You certainly showed him. Of course, I never told Mr. Starr what Gordon had said that morning, but somehow I get the feeling our director knew. My amusement quickly soured as Gordon complained bitterly throughout the night and early morning about the supposed indignity of an express engine shunting his own coaches. Nonetheless, doing so, the silver lining for him was that his coaches were organised in a timely manner, and he was able to set out likewise. However, this run would be fraught with problems for our number 4. Once more ripping through the countryside, brooding over his perceived humiliation, he actually forgot about the Preston incline, realising too late that he wasn't travelling at his top speed. Gordon! The incline! What? Oh no! Gordon surged forward with all his might, but it was too little too late. The steepness of the climb and the weight of his coaches caused an immense strain on his system. To be honest, I'm amazed he got as far as he did before it happened. Oh, bother! Well, that's torn it, Gordon. You've burst your cylinder valve. Yes, Anthony, I am aware of this. It's from the shunting, I tell you. All that frequent stopping and starting is not good for my system. Whatever, Gordon. You'll need to go to the works to get this fixed. I am also aware of this. How could this situation become any more humiliating? Why did I have to ask? Robust and reliable, eh, Gordon? Like always, Mickey was quick to respond and took Gordon to the works where Mr. Starr was waiting for him. What could have been an amiable disagreement between the two soon devolved into a full-fledged row, as this time Gordon didn't lose his nerve. He told our director right off, according to Scarlowy, and also according to Scarlowy, he used the word fool at least twice. For his gross insubordination, Mr. Starr put Gordon on goods work for the next month. During this time, James and myself alternated taking the express. I'll admit, I enjoyed the prestige that came with these runs, but didn't let it go to my smoke box, unlike James. Come now, Gordon, back to Knapford. These coaches will need shunting after all. Oh, clear off you! I'm sorry to say Gordon's mishap with the express would not be the only one we Norrises would suffer through. It happened on one of the days James was to take it out. Percy was back from the works and shunted the coaches as normal. Our number 5 would later admit he hadn't been concentrating that morning as he backed down towards the platform. I wonder if I can beat Gordon's time to barrow. Ouch! Careful there, James, I'm still back here. Oh, don't be such a baby, Percy. It was just a little knock. Well, take it easy with these coaches, will ya? They're overdue for maintenance. Yes, all right. So long. Of course, James could never hope to beat or even match Gordon's time, but that wouldn't stop him from trying. He made excellent time along the line until he heard a faint, hissing noise. Hey, Andrew, do you hear that? Hear what? All of a sudden, his brakes slammed on hard, forcing him to stop over a level crossing. What the? Was that you, James? No, that wasn't you. No, maybe it was the... Oh no. What? What is it? I was going to say the guard, but I think I know what it actually was. James's suspicions proved to be correct. It turns out the hiss he was hearing was a leak in the brake line between himself and the front coach. So long as it was open, his brakes would remain locked on. We need to find a way to plug it. Here, take my newspaper. What are we going to use to tie it down? Hang on. Okay. Ah, there we are. Bootlaces? Bootlaces? They'll never hold. All right, settle down. I'm not happy about this either. Never mind, just do it. The newspaper was tied down tightly over the hole. Amazingly, it worked, and James's brakes released. The guard who donated his laces had to shuffle back to his cab. Now able to move, James dashed along the line, but he couldn't risk travelling at full speed in case the hole reopened. He had to moderate his pace, which made for a very slow express and a very late arrival at Barrow. Goodness, James, if you went any slower, you'd be going backwards. Blow out your smoke box, Alfred. Pah, you can be sure Gordon would never use such language. I'm sorry to say James's passengers were fuming as Alfred picked them up to take them on to London, where they would voice their complaints to head office itself. Mr. Starr would be informed of this, but he didn't take his frustration out on James. Indeed, he took partial responsibility for the incident, as he had ordered the coach's maintenance be delayed in order to save money. But the damage to our reputation was fierce. 2 high-profile incidents in close proximity, both involving passenger trains, did not make for an attractive package to prospective travellers. Our passenger fares dropped off dramatically for a time. Thankfully, we still had our goods work to keep us afloat. But that's a story for another day.